Servo motors versus stepper motors, which is the better choice for your CNC router? If you're planning to buy a CNC router, you've probably spent time comparing spindle power, machine size, or whether you should choose an ATC model. But there's another component that has a huge impact on your machine's performance, and surprisingly, many buyers overlook it. I'm talking about the drive system.
More specifically, the motors that move the X, Y, and Z axes of your CNC machine.
Today, nearly every CNC router uses one of two technologies, stepper motors or servo motors. Both can move a CNC machine with impressive precision, but they work in very different ways. Choosing the right one can affect machining speed, accuracy, reliability, maintenance costs, and ultimately, your productivity. In this video, we'll compare these two technologies, explain how they work, and help you decide which one is the best investment for your workshop. What is a stepper motor? A stepper motor is one of the most common drive systems found on entry-level and mid-range CNC routers. As the name suggests, it moves in small, fixed steps. Every electrical pulse sent from the controller rotates the motor by a precise angle. Because every movement is predictable, the controller can accurately position the machine without needing additional sensors. This simple design makes stepper motors affordable, reliable, and easy to maintain. How does a stepper motor work? The CNC controller sends electrical pulses to the motor. Each pulse moves the shaft one step. By counting those steps, the controller knows exactly how far the machine has moved. As long as the motor isn't overloaded, positioning remains very accurate. However, because the controller assumes every step was completed successfully, it cannot detect if a step has actually been missed. That's one of the biggest differences compared to servo motors. Advantages of stepper motors. Stepper motors offer several important benefits. They're affordable. They're mechanically simple. Installation is straightforward. Maintenance requirements are minimal. For hobby users, small woodworking shops, and businesses with limited budgets, they provide excellent value. Many successful furniture workshops still rely on stepper-driven CNC routers every day. Limitations of stepper motors. Like every technology, stepper motors also have limitations. If acceleration is too high or cutting forces become excessive, the motor may lose steps. When that happens, the CNC machine doesn't realize an error has occurred. The result can be inaccurate machining or ruined parts. Stepper motors also lose torque as speed increases. That's why they are generally slower than servo systems. What is a servo motor? Servo motors are the standard choice for professional and industrial CNC routers. Unlike stepper motors, servo systems constantly monitor their actual position. Each motor includes an encoder that continuously sends feedback to the controller. This creates what engineers call a closed-loop system. The controller always knows exactly where the motor is and immediately corrects any deviation. This results in exceptional precision, even during high-speed machining. How servo motors work. The controller sends movement commands to the servo motor. At the same time, the encoder continuously reports the motor's exact position. If the actual position differs from the programmed position, corrections happen almost instantly. This feedback process occurs hundreds or even thousands of times every second. That's why servo-driven CNC machines maintain accuracy even during demanding production. Advantages of servo motors. Servo motors offer many impressive advantages. They operate at much higher speeds. They maintain strong torque throughout their speed range. They deliver exceptional positioning accuracy. They consume energy more efficiently. They run smoothly and quietly. And because they constantly monitor their own position, they virtually eliminate the risk of lost steps. For professional production, these benefits translate directly into higher productivity and better product quality. Stepper motors versus servo motors. Both technologies have their strengths. Stepper motors are excellent for smaller workshops, hobby users, and companies looking for an affordable solution. Servo motors are designed for industrial production where speed, precision, and reliability are critical. Although servo systems require a larger investment, they often pay for themselves through faster production and fewer machining errors. The best choice depends entirely on your production volume and long-term goals. Which motor should you choose? If you're just starting your woodworking business or producing smaller quantities, a CNC router equipped with stepper motors may be more than sufficient. However, if you plan to run your machine every day, manufacture furniture professionally, or invest in automatic tool changers, vacuum tables, and nesting systems, servo motors are undoubtedly the better choice. Many modern furniture factories wouldn't consider purchasing a new CNC router without servo motors. The future of CNC drive systems. Servo technology continues to evolve. Modern systems are becoming faster, smarter, and more energy efficient. Artificial intelligence, predictive maintenance, real-time monitoring, and digital factory integration are already becoming standard features in high-end CNC machines. While stepper motors will continue serving entry-level markets, servo motors are rapidly becoming the industry standard for professional woodworking. Final thoughts. Choosing between stepper motors and servo motors isn't simply about price. It's about selecting the right technology for your business. Stepper motors remain an excellent solution for many workshops. Servo motors, however, provide superior speed, precision, reliability, and productivity. If you're investing in a CNC router for long-term professional production, choosing servo motors can be one of the smartest decisions you make.